Glad you're with us. New developments tonight, and that story about a big religious event downtown. Thousands of people went, most not wearing masks.
That video is still surprising a lot of people. We now know that Metro Police knew about it in advance, but underestimated how many people would turn up. Let's go live now to News 4's Nancy Amons. Nancy, we understand that the chief is not happy that he wasn't called.
Exactly. That all happened right here at Public Square, right by the historic courthouse behind me here. The whole place was filled with people. And now we found out this morning that Metro Police knew ahead of time because of a Facebook post about this event, but they just didn't anticipate the enormous crowds.
It is not an accident that any of us are here tonight.
Public Square was packed Sunday night, a worship concert organized by Christian worship leader Sean Foyt. Live music, even baptisms. Metro's health department is looking into sanctioning the organizers, who they say didn't ask for a permit and gave them no advance notice. But it turns out our police department knew in advance from a Facebook post.
A threat assessment center looked at it and assessed that it was going to be no larger than 200 people.
But at least 10 times as many turned out. Some of the crowd, the health department believes, were people who follow this worship leader across the country. It wasn't until several concerned citizens called the police Sunday that Metro sent an officer to check it out.
We had an on-duty sergeant that drove by, and he looked at the event and seen that it wasn't disorderly and that they weren't about to march on the street. And so he made the decision not to notify any of the command staff.
The chief not happy about that.
I had a very pointed conversation with our leadership earlier this week to ensure that notifications are always made.
At the very least, he says, they could have given out masks and asked people to socially distance.
And you can imagine what kind of pointed conversations were being held in the police department after that. Sean Foyt has been going around the country holding these sessions that he calls Let Us Worship, but really in actuality in Tennessee, there are no limits on worship gatherings.